So the topic for tonight is unleashing the power of purpose, the impact of obsession, high purpose, and low purpose. So let me ask you this. I'm just going onto my Facebook page. Just hang on 1 second. I can see if everything's recording. And if you guys want to put comments on, just let me know. I've got you on comments. Thank you very much. So unleashing the power of purpose. So what does that mean? You know, in the real estate business, lots of times we don't know what our purpose is. We don't know what our goal is. We don't know what our real gift is. So I thought of putting a series together, and I'm using the series what I've learned from Bob Proctor, and it's a 10-part series. And today we're talking about just purpose. So I just want to welcome everybody to the Zoom or my podcast, Unleashing the Power of Purpose. And what is your purpose? Why don't you drop me a link, or not a link, a thumbs up, and tell me what is your purpose in life? What do you want to accomplish as a real estate agent? So the biggest problem what we need to follow is, oops, sorry, my camera just fell down. Sorry, there we are again. Is to take action in what we want to do. And we need to make sure that we do the right decisions in taking those actions. And we need to have a clear sense of purpose. So when we focus on our purpose in life, we need to get ourselves sorted out. So I apologize because of this camera, because I'm sitting in the bedroom and everybody's sitting in the lounge. So I apologize for the bad video. So when we look at our purpose, we need to make sure that we've got clear boundaries in what we want to achieve. So what is the boundaries what we have to set out? And we need to make sure that having those boundaries, we need to have a goal. And what is that goal? Is that goal to do 10 mandates? How many of that must be sold mandates? How much time am I going to set out on a daily basis on focusing on those mandates of picking up the phone? Or am I just going to go and work with a team and say, okay, you do the phoning, I'll sign up the mandates? What is your real purpose going forward? And lots of times, when it comes to our real purpose, we will always look for excuses of not to do it. Isn't that strange? And I'm going to use a good example. When it comes to cold calling, I'm going to do cold calling today. But I need to first sort out this problem. I need to sort out this problem. I think I need to get something to eat. I think I need to make myself a cup of coffee. We're looking for so many excuses of not following our purpose that we need to do. The biggest problem what we've got is because we haven't got a daily plan. And what I've done is I've designed a 30-point plan for 90 days to achieve my purpose, what I want to achieve by setting up goals. And after this 10-week series, I'm going to show you how to work a 90-day plan by doing daily activities, the DMOs. But there's also a problem. Sometimes we're so obsessed about our purpose that we forget about looking after ourselves. Yeah, Bob Proctor speaks about when you take time off, and you want to take time off with a family, make sure you don't take your cell phone with, or just keep your cell phone on for those emergency calls. Doesn't matter if it's your work or that client that's phoning you, only keep it purely for your family. When you work, you work. When you play, you play. Because isn't it strange being obsessed of what you want to do, but when you take time off, you feel guilty. And if you don't take time off, you still feel guilty because you're not taking time out for your family. So therefore, we need to make sure that whatever we do, that we don't get so obsessed in your purpose that we forget about living. We need to live and have fun by working through your targets, working through objectives on a daily basis. And I'll work with, and that's what I've designed for myself, and I call it I think it's a CIE. What is the C stands for crucial? What is crucial in your life, what you need to do today to get your purpose? The I, is it important? Is it important to look at all your emails? And the E is basically, is it what you need to do? Your E stands for importancy. Is it important that you need to do it? So design your day like you want to design it to make sure it works for you. And create that purpose for yourself. You know what your purpose in life is. Doesn't matter what you do. And also having that obsession can also be very, how can I put it, a lot of stress. It can put a lot of problems in your health, your wellness. So sometimes just take time out. Don't be overwhelmed because of purpose. But also, you need to have high purpose. And the high purpose, you need to write down your goals. And this is what I believe in. And now the goals is not to see how much mandate you can get, how many properties you want to sell. Your goal needs to be starting with your day with gratitude. What are you grateful for? What impact can you do in somebody else's life as well as your own life? Have that purpose of creating your time wisely. I mean, my day starts at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm not saying you have to stand up at 4 o'clock. But what's important is to make sure when you stand up, stand up with the wow factor. And stand up with gratitude. I'm going to tell you a story about gratitude. In 2021, we had that KZN violence. And I was staying at my mother-in-law's in Amanzimtoti, and I stood guard. And, you know, I was about, I would say, 100 meters away when there's 3,000-4,000 masses moving to you, and you've only been armed with paintball guns. And standing there with a group of people of all nationalities, and I walked up to them and I says, I'm grateful for this KZN violence. And everybody looked at me strangely. And then the one guy picked it up. He says, yes, if it wasn't for this violence, we wouldn't have never met each other. We wouldn't have given that person a loaf of bread who needed it, or that 20 liters of petrol just to get from A to B. So sometimes in life, there might be a lot of obstacles, a lot of things that's pulling you down. But if you start with gratitude, your purpose will start falling into place. Because that will start creating a focus by having a daily, what I call a demo, daily method of operations. So if you know what to do by focusing on yourself and growing self, this is how you're going to grow to be a better person, be a better real estate agent, or doesn't matter in what business you are, but just have a purpose. There's a difference between a purpose and a gift or a passion. Just start off with what is your purpose to create that brighter future for yourself. And now you can become the person you always wanted to be. By creating a powerful purpose, you're going to create powerful friends. You're going to create powerful clients, buyers or sellers, because the passion of putting purpose in your life will shine out where people will start investing in you. And one thing I would like to mention about this is I had a very interesting call the other day, or a voice note. And I'd like to share this voice note with you. But it comes from, I think it was in 2019. Just to put you back onto the story. In 2019, I went to church at the Hillcrest Christian Fellowship in KZN. And on that day, we had Angus Buchan. And he was doing his preach, and he was walking up and down the aisles. And he came up past my aisle, he looked at me, turned back, and came down and made a U-turn again. And he pointed his finger to me. And he says to me, "Stop being a fool." And I know exactly what he said. Why he said it? Because I'm a great procrastinator. So anyway, getting fast forward to 2 weeks ago, I put a Facebook post on Facebook and I said, enough is enough. It's time to start changing what I want to do and where I want to go. Then I had a TikTok, watching my TikToks, and all of a sudden there was a TikTok and it says, and then in that TikTok, it says, if you be careful of your ring of friends that you work with or deal with. Those friends can be a cage because you might not be able to get out of that ring of friends. And that I found it very profound. So what I then done is I said, what does that mean? And I've done a PowerPoint presentation on 3 different types of friends. People who look up to me, the people that's the same as me, and people I look up to. And what is quite interesting, the people that look up to me, those are the ring of friends where you get stuck in because you're trying to be the nice guy, you're helping everybody, but it's actually hampering your growth. Because if you go read a book of Napoleon Hill, and it says, I think the book is called Outwitting the Devil. And it says, if you work with people who is poor and hasn't got a positive mindset, you'll be poor because you're trying to give to the poor and you're poor yourself. So be careful your ring of friends not dragging you down. Then you get the second lot of friends who is the same as you, family members, people that goes to gym with you, cycling, running. Those friends normally point fingers. My friend tried this and it never worked. I tried this company and it never worked. Why will it work for you? So sometimes your ring of friends is going to hamper your growth. So therefore, if you want to be successful, to overcome that negative mindset, look at people who is better than you. As I say, if you deal with 5 successful people or 4 successful people, you will become the 5th one. If you deal with 4 multimillionaires, you will be the 5th one. But if you deal with 4 negative people, you're going to be the 5th one. Which, if you haven't got the right purpose and the right mindset, with the right vision and not writing your goals down, are you going to become successful in the business that you're in? So you need to look after yourself. And I know a lot of people speak about loyalty, but there's a problem with loyalty. I've seen it so many times in the brick and mortar real estate business that we're so loyal to the company, but when you want to leave, they're not loyal to you. They restrict you in the area to work. They restrict you in of not holding you back, that you cannot work, trying to keep your income from you. But there's a two-way street. Work with a company where you show loyalty to, and they'll show loyalty back to you. Therefore, you need to make sure it's not about loyalty about the company you're working for, but it's a loyalty about yourself. How do you see that man in the mirror? Because you've got the purpose, you've got the goal, you've got the mindset to become the person you want to be. But the key to all of this, you need a mentor and you need a coach. And what is important by having a mentor and a coach, and through this journey of the last 2 weeks, when this friend of mine said, listen, Ron, I got this message when I prayed that you need to follow what Angus Bucker said to you. And that says, stop being a fool. You need to follow that rule, which I've done. Because by focusing on the roadmap, as Napoleon Hill said, plan your work and work your plan, and whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve. But it also stands in the Bible, you have to have a vision, and you have to write it down. And you have to ask to receive. So if you're going to ask, I just need a mandate, you're going to get a mandate. Why don't you just ask for 10 mandates and write it down? So if you've got that vision, you write it down, you can overcome that purpose and make something of your life. The biggest problem is we listen to other people. And sometimes it's family. And they say to you, this is not for you. How do they really know what my purpose is? Each one has got born with a different attitude, a different mindset, a different personality. If my dream is to become the best real estate agent, let it be. It's just a journey. You're not going to be successful overnight. Therefore, you have to have a mentor and a coach. And this is where it becomes a crunch. 2019, a good friend of mine, his name is Andrew Eaton. A lot of people know him in the network marketing side. And I would like to apologize to him because my wife asked him, can you be my mentor? And this is where it becomes very critical. He turned around and says, bring me 20 customers. And if you can prove to do that, I will be your mentor. And I changed my mindset. It says, who is this character? I want a mentor to help me grow, not just to bring people in. Because a lot of us don't know how to find clients and don't know how to find people to get into our business or how to find buyers or sellers. But I missed the valuable point, what Andrew said. It's not about the 20 people. It's about being committed of seeing how you can bring people in, that he can guide you and work with you to show you how to do it correctly. Using the right scripts and say, don't do it this way. But because he put a high number in front of me, in front of my wife, we turned our back. So if you are hungry enough, go find the 20 or 30 people and get a mentor and a coach and ask them how to do it. Because that's part of your purpose, to become that successful person in your life. But the sad part is low purpose. And this is where we all sit with a low purpose in life. I'll do it tomorrow. Just give me 5 more minutes. It's too cold to stand up. I'm too tired. We create that negative mindset of not having that purpose in life. We stagnate. We look for arguments. We're always looking for things not to do because it's too tough. If you want to be the 1% or the 2% to be a successful person, you need to move out of your comfort zone. It is hard to do it. You cannot do it on your own. And therefore, I believe, and I'll see a couple of my friends on your from, hello, Rini, how are you doing? Hello, Deepak. Hello, Chantel. And these are people I work with on a regular basis, locally and internationally, who helps me, guides me, mentors me. And this is where it becomes a success. Everybody brings some form of opportunities to the table. If you don't look after self, how are you going to grow self? So what I would suggest, if you want to get into your business, doesn't matter what business it is, first write down your first 50 goals on paper. The difficult part is as soon as you get past 20, you're starting to think. Steve Harvey said, write down 300. The best I got to is 98. And it's not goals about money. That's one of the goals. But something small, like washing your car, cleaning the windows, taking your wife for a cup of coffee, going for that haircut. But every time you've done that goal, reward yourself. It could be a chocolate, it could be an ice cream. But tick it off. And speaking about this, I had a good conversation with a friend of mine who's just immigrated to Scotland. And we were just chatting, myself and Dirk, and we had a similar conversation now about purpose and goal setting. And he said what he done when COVID struck, he then made a list of everything he had to do, from his debts to what he wanted to achieve of getting overseas. And every day when he opened his cupboard, he saw those goals. Some days he could tick off one of the goals, sometimes he could tick off 5 or 6 goals. But at the end of the day, he became debt-free and he got his goal of getting into Scotland. And he's having a time of his life. Yes, but it took him 2 years. Doesn't matter how long your goal or vision is going to be, but to have that purpose, that you're going to drive that purpose, have that high purpose, but use your time wisely. And I just want to close again. Don't be just obsessed with purpose. You also have to have a time of having fun. Time for yourself, time with your family, time for work. If you go away for the weekend, leave work alone. It's family time. It's me time. Clear your head. When Monday comes, start again. And Arnold Schwarzenegger said it quite nicely. There's 24 hours in a day. If you sleep 6 hours, you've got another 18 hours to do something more productively. And people says, yeah, you need 8 hours. And he just turned around and says, you just need to sleep a bit faster. But the key to your purpose, take 3 hours out a day, or even it's 1 hour. and commit 100% to that 1 hour, you'll see what you can accomplish in that 1 hour instead of 24 hours. So on that note, why don't you drop me a WhatsApp? And if there's anything we can do each other and grow each other, just drop me a message. And thank you for tuning into my podcast. And tune in next week. I'll put the link in there, what we're going to chat about, because there's 10 steps of success, of following your purpose, your goals, and to be that person you want to be. Have an awesome evening. Thank you, guys.